I recently took a long, 24 miles long hike with some friends. Never wanted to let a good metaphor go to waste. Here are some of the lessons I learned from hiking that apply to communication, business, and life. First, training matters. Prior to my trip, I had been walking for over 2 months, at least 6 days a week. I tried to mimic carrying my water by using a weighted vest, but I didn't have time to hike 24 miles in training, nor did I need to. A few miles a day and some stretching, a few other exercises, well, that did the trick just fine. My muscles never gave out. You don't need to train at max capacity to deliver max capacity. Train on the little things that matter. Get in shape. Second, preparation. Little things matter. There are really only 2 scenarios that could take out a hiker on a flat trail. Well, 3 if you include snakes. Blisters and lack of water. But both should be taken care of before you ever leave the parking lot. All the training in the world cannot overcome bad preparation and leaving the little things to chance. Next, mindset. My muscles were fine. My heart capacity was not an issue. When the ability to do hard things isn't the problem, the issue becomes motivation and mindset. For instance, we thought we were hiking 21.2 miles. Then we discovered that that estimate was wrong, and the mental battle began to complete an additional 3 miles that we weren't expecting. The hardest muscle to train is the brain. It's easier to go with friends than alone. I found this out when training for my mountain hike last year. I did this same training hike twice, once with friends, had no problem. But then I did it solo, and I almost quit. Whether it's male bravado or the desire to not let your partner down, there is value in having someone walk with you. This is true for raising kids, starting a business, or developing a character trait. One of the participants in our hike was also a runner. He said he runs for heart rate, not for pace. Interestingly enough, he can run almost indefinitely at his 150 beats per minute target, but he said just 10 beats per minute more tire him quickly. Kind of like a car. If you drive at 60 miles an hour with the AC off, it'll cruise nicely and get great gas mileage. Speed up to 75 with the AC on full blast, you'll burn fuel quickly. One of the great things about walking, at least on flat ground, is there isn't a huge drain of energy. It's about muscle tone, comfort, and that mindset we talked about. Find the pace of life that you can sustain. One of the great things about improved trails and life is knowing that you're on the right path. In the woods, every couple of 100 yards, there was a marker that said, hey, you're on the right trail. In most areas, that wasn't needed. But those markers gave us comfort that we wouldn't have to backtrack searching for the proper path. In life, it isn't that easy. What are the markers of success that you need to see each step along the journey? It's easier to follow than it is to lead. In bicycling and NASCAR, this applies to energy and wind resistance. In hiking and bus driving, that's where I first learned this lesson, it's about mental energy and not having to make decisions. Just follow what somebody else is doing. The downside to this, well, there's an old Iditarod slogan, unless you're the lead dog, the view never changes. In business, following others' lead may be smart and prevent a lot of headaches. But being second to market may mean missing out completely on success. Pick the times to lead and the times to follow. Lastly, breaks are needed and good, but stops are not. A break serves a purpose. Rearrange your pack, bust out a snack.
There's Alan enjoying some Skittles.
Eat lunch, mix up the electrolyte. But when a break becomes a stop, it seizes purpose and it lasts longer than it should. And restarting is hard. Stops are where you lose momentum. Stops make muscles go tight. Even when you're not making active progress, you can still stretch and move and keep at the ready. It's the same with life and business. Take breaks to get ready to get back on the trail. Don't just quit your progress. Perhaps the biggest lesson that applies to business, life, and hiking, it's always more than one thing. You can be fit and still get blisters. You can train well and still not have the mental aptitude to finish. You can lead or follow and miss the opportunity completely. Keep your head up, find the right partners, train well, and keep going.